Hey, good morning, Bob. Trade Genius here, the 1st of November. Happy Movember if you're a hockey player. And hey, I wanted to kick the month off with a morning outlook. And so we had basically a 20-point range here from the open at 6 p.m. yesterday East time. And we're now at the overnight highs again, and Apple reports tonight, and I think, typically when you open up near the overnight highs, it'll peekaboo over and come back in. But there's just been a lot of push here to give the all clear, and the big resistance area is right in this area here between 2742 and 2748. And for me, I'm likely to not short anything until I get to here. So, and I'm still be going back into futures next week if we drift this VIX down a little bit. But I'll be setting some binary option trades up here. Premiums are pretty good at the moment, and if we get a surge higher, they'll get better. But I highly doubt we're going to break this number here. So that's that. And then on the rest of the market is that we have gold is up. Let me just go out to maximize here. And so go out to 4 hours. So we have GLD is it's gonna open up higher. It's gonna gap away, and so we'll see what happens. Typically, the Thursday before the employment report is weak for gold. So I'm a little surprised that we got a push. They could have front ran it yesterday, but as we look at the chart here, it's actually neutral for me. I have we're above the VWAP and moving average, but the money flow is overbought, and we just got the Stokes are still consolidating. So gold itself is kind of a neutral play at the moment, but it was a nice bounce off the VWAP here. But GDXJ, since we own that, talk about that. We're moving up higher as well, and I expect the nice consolidation. They're both oversold, and I'm expecting this thing to push back into the channel again. And then the one I'm watching the most is ABX. I have a buy limit down here at 12, and seeing this thing consolidating here. But this is the one I really want to own. I just don't want to pay too much for it. And I think this is going to be a good trade for us, and this will be a trade we'll be able to trade in and out of, I think, all of next year. This one's definitely going to be at least a double for everybody if we can play the option game, basically do buy writing, which is selling calls against your position when it gets overvalued, and be able to ride this thing through the silver push I think we're going to get in 2019. And SLV's up too, so it's in a pretty flat channel. But this area here, I'm pretty convinced is the low. And yesterday, this gap down. Now we have an island gap here. If it opens up here, and we climb back over this the VWAP moving average, then we're leaving a little island gap down, just like we did here. We'll probably get a push back up to the top of the channel again, but this down move, I think, is completed here. Like, something happened in the end of August, they said, and the dollar's been strong, and interest rates have been up, but yet gold and silver are up. So that should be a tell as to where I think the money's going. And if the dollar releases at all down, these miners and these metals are just simply going to fly. So anywho, that's that. I'll talk about some other things tonight, and just see how the day goes. Apple reports tonight, and I think that's what's pushing the market. And I think once Apple reports, we'll push down, and then we'll have to see what the election holds for next week. My prediction is if there's a red wave, the market's going to sky higher. If there's a blue wave, the market's going to crash. And if it's purple, I think the market's just going to continue doing what it's doing, and that means it's going to start rolling back down, but not as on a fast trajectory. I think people will be pretty disappointed that we're going to have 2 years of really rancorous gridlock, and it just will not be an environment where people are going to want to take too much risk. So just keep that in mind. Next Tuesday is the election, so we don't have to get too crazy until then. I think we'll get some pretty good direction after that. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.